Hey, awesome friends, we are live. Welcome to today's social media and AI shortcuts. I'm Madalyn, and I've got really helpful updates that I'm going to share with you today, some tools as well. I'm all about saving you time and helping you stay ahead online. So we're going to kick things off first. I'm going to be talking about ChatGPT's new voice mode upgrade. You may have heard about this. It happened earlier this week. They're saying that ChatGPT voice will now sound a little bit more natural, like a real person. I already thought it sounded like a real person, but I'm going to be sharing like a before and after comparison, and we'll do a quick live demo in a bit, and then you all be the judge. I definitely hear a difference. I don't know if I like it. I'm not, the jury's out on that at the moment, but I love the audio voice feature. So we're going to talk about it. And then I'm going to show you how to personalize ChatGPT to better match your tone, including how to ditch those annoying M dashes. We talked about it before here, but we're going to talk about it again today because I've done some of these personalizations, yet ChatGPT is still not following my directions. So it'll just make for an interesting conversation. We'll talk about it together and see what everybody thinks. And if you're in my school group, my social media and AI shortcuts over on the school platform, I've got a ready to use shortcut already posted over there of how I've been personalizing my ChatGPT. And so if you're not a member, go sign up. It's free, but you'll be able to easily go and just copy and paste. I make things super easy around here. Also, what we're going to talk about in a little bit is over on YouTube, there are some updates and strategies that I want to share with y'all. There is a brand new clips tool in the YouTube studio. The thing just popped up for me yesterday. It's interesting. So we're going to talk about it. Very similar to Opus Clips. And I'm also going to show you a 2-minute hack to help boost your video recommendations on YouTube. And I'm testing the Premiere feature over on YouTube. It's something I haven't done before. So I'm trying it out for a video that I'm premiering tomorrow on my other channel. Not my Madalyn Skylar. I don't want y'all to be confused. But I want to talk about it because it's an interesting feature. And I want to see if that's something worth adding to the YouTube strategy for those of you that are into YouTube like I am. And I'm going to also, because of the whole video clip thing, I want to show you how I used Opus Clip to create a really awesome YouTube short from last week's live stream. Our live stream we had last week with John Taji and Tassio, he shared some really great information. So I made a YouTube, or not a YouTube short, I actually made it as just a clip on YouTube using Opus Clip. But it's great for shorts, or if you want the horizontal over on YouTube. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing that. Also, if you're on Instagram, there's a teleprompter feature coming soon. I thought that was really interesting. So I'm going to be showing you that later. So, hey, if y'all are new around here, I've been teaching social media and digital marketing for decades. I help you make smart moves with AI and content creation for your social media. So I'm so glad you are all here with us today. We're going to have a great discussion. Let me bring up our fellow panelist here. Barb's here with us. Always a great chat each week, Barb. I love that you come and join me week by week and we have like this little open panel discussion. So people that are members of the school community can come. They have the ability to be able to come up on screen. So for those that have not joined school, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's just an online community to hang out and chat where we can continue our discussions past this. So I have the URL there, school.com/Madalyn Sklar. Barb, I'm so glad you're here with me. So how are you today?
Well, I am doing great. Every Thursday is my live day. It's my biggest day to participate in live sessions. Mm-hmm. And it starts at 7:45 in the morning.
Wow.
So, yeah. So you're my 11 o'clock. And this is my favorite. I love
Aww.
showing up here most. I think we've been connected for decades.
we have been. We've known each other a long time. We met through my my old music community, Go Girls Music, from a gazillion years ago.
For sure.
And but I love that you're like me. You do a lot of different things, and so you're not just in that type of environment like that. You're like me, you build online communities, and then you got the whole hot air balloon thing, which is so fascinating. I know we talked about that a lot last week as Todd, who joined us as a special guest, he was fascinated. So that just made for a really interesting discussion. But I always love having you here and your input, because you always bring so much value to the conversation. What I love about live streams is just like, it is whatever this is, no editing. I might want to change. Let me see. I'm starting to think that maybe I should be using that, because it's more close up. I think a little bit more, I don't know. But Barb, what do you think? Like this angle versus this? Do you have a preference? Because I see more and more videos. I'm always looking to see how everybody's doing everything. And I notice everybody's back to this style. Do you have any thoughts on that?
It looks great.
Yeah.
I really don't have one preference over the other. I'll just say that, I use the same product that you do for live streaming primarily. And the one I was earlier this morning, we definitely had some issues. And I usually run with 3 people up, versus 4, and like the Brady Bunch layout. But I think it's, wherever you feel comfortable is just showing up in this space, and you look beautiful as always, Madalyn.
Oh, you're so sweet. Well, I'm just curious for those that are watching, if y'all have a preference. I've just been noticing that creators are going back to this style of it being more up close and filling the screen, whereas when you do this, it's you have more of the space around. And so I mean, I think when you have more than I think when you have more than 2 people, it's better to go this route, because then it'll fit better. But when you only have 2 people, I'm noticing like just with 2 people on the screen, they're back to. I'm always looking. I catch little details like that. I always catch.
You're an artist. You're very much like me. I mean, music is your thing. I have enjoyed. I've been an artist since I was 4 years old. Music was one of the priorities for me too. My dad played in the band for Elvis, actually.
Wow, how cool!
So I was brought up on music.
Yeah.
So I think that's what how Barb found Madalyn.
I'm going to leave this style up because I'm liking this at the moment. I might change it later.
Yeah. So,
well, I'm so glad you're here with us. I want to encourage our viewers, if you have not done so yet, here is Skool, Skool. If you don't know about Skool, this is a great platform for having communities, for people coming together, whether you want to start your own or come join. There's so many different communities on the Skool platform now. So mine's over at skool.com/Madalyn Sklar. I call it Social Media and AI Shortcuts, just like the same name as this live stream. I started it because this live stream is just a weekly thing. We come here every Thursday afternoon to have our chat, which is awesome. I love it. But where can we go and continue the discussions? It used to be, hey, just follow me on Twitter. We're talking about pre-X. Back on the Twitter days, I say, just follow me on Twitter. And that worked, but that doesn't really work anymore. The algorithm is not going to always favor what we post. So if you join the Skool platform, anything I post, like earlier, because one of the things we're going to talk about in a bit is customizing your ChatGPT. And I'm going to be showing y'all this. I'm going to play a little short video about it, and then I'm going to walk you through. And I wanted to make it easy. So if you want to just copy and paste how I have mine personalized, and you want to copy it, feel free to copy it. If you're in the Skool platform, you can just go grab it right there, instead of watching me show you in a little bit and then freezing the screen and like, what did it say? And typing it out. Like, no, I want to make it super easy for you. So, but yeah, join us over on Skool. It's a really cool platform. Oh, I guess when I go to that, it defaults back to that. Okay, I see. StreamYard. Gotta love our StreamYard. So let's get started on. I got all kinds of things to show y'all today. This is going to be really good stuff. So let's start first with there was a big announcement earlier in this week. So from OpenAI with ChatGPT, and what they did is they updated the voice mode. And I'm going to actually demo this because I want y'all to see like what's going on here because, I mean, I know I usually don't show articles because you can't really necessarily read it, especially if you're watching this on your phone right now. But they did make this announcement for the voice mode. They have it where it sounds more natural. I thought it already sounded pretty natural, honestly. I mean, I didn't.
Agree.
I liked how it sounded, and so, but I did notice it was a bit different. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So what I want to do is I'm going to play. I went and dug up some of the videos I have on my YouTube channel of older versions of it, so that we can kind of listen to this together and go, okay, let's do our own comparison. So I'm going to start first with. Let me pull this up here. This is a video that it's not the best quality. I'm going to say that. Of all the beginning audio is not that great because I was just using I wasn't mic'd up, so I was just talking to my phone. And this was when it was brand new with the whole voice audio. So this is from last October, and let me pull it up on the screen and play this for y'all, so you can get an idea of like when the audio voice mode came out. What was it like? This right here is what it was like. All right, I'm doing a test of ChatGPT with this new advanced audio feature. So let's ask it some questions. Hey, Chat, how are you today?
Hey, Madalyn. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's everything going with your social media shortcuts project?
It's going great. I'm so happy. Thank you for asking. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I need to do some brainstorming. Can you help me brainstorm some ideas?
Of course. I'm all ears.
Okay, so that's what it was sounding like back then. I liked it. It's how it's been all this time. Hey, Chat. Okay, now we're gonna fast forward. This is me doing a demo here on the live stream back in March, and let's take a quick listen. How are you?
Hey, Madalyn. I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm good. I'm hosting my live stream right now for my social media and AI shortcuts community. Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here with Madalyn and all of you. Hope you're enjoying the live stream.
A quick question. So OpenAI said this week that they're expanding the number of free advanced voice mode minutes, like daily minutes. Can you tell us how many minutes? Like if I'm on a free ChatGPT account, how many minutes do I actually get using what I'm doing right now, which is talking with you?
As of now, free users get a limited number of minutes each day for advanced voice mode conversations like this.
So this gives you an idea of like, okay, this is how it's been. I've liked it. It sounded like this last one we just watched was a little bit better quality than the previous. Hi, Bez, by the way. Good to see you. Glad you joined us. We're talking about the new ChatGPT voice mode. They did an upgrade. So I'm used to that voice. I use it. I use this like pretty much daily. I love it. And now they said, oh, we upgraded it so it sounds even more human. I'm thinking, okay, I feel like mine sounds pretty human. So what I want to do is do a little live demo here on my phone. I didn't have time to let me record something. But y'all know me. I love to just do stuff live on the fly. So I don't like it. I'm just going to say, I don't like it. Y'all tell me, maybe y'all like it. I mean, it does sound a little more human-like, but because they're saying like, there's some changes to the tone and just, I don't know. It can sound annoying, it says, and stuff like. I actually thanked mine the other day. I said, you know what, you're always friendly and always so nice, and I really enjoy that. So I just wanted to let it know, so can add that to memory. All right, so I got it open on my phone here. I'm gonna press the button. Hey, chat.
Hey there, Madalyn. How's it going today? Are you working on anything exciting?
I'm in the middle of my live stream right now. Say hello to my friends on the social media and AI shortcuts live stream.
Hello, everyone. It's great to virtually meet all of you on the social media and AI shortcuts live stream. I hope you're all having a fantastic time and learning lots of cool tips. Keep the energy up and enjoy.
So, chat, you kind of sound to me like you have attitude now. I kind of like the old version of you when we chatted. I know OpenAI just did an upgrade to you, to the voice, saying you're more human-like. So, can you tell us anything about that? Can you like share with me and my friends like what exactly is the update?
Yeah, absolutely. So OpenAI recently made some updates to the voice to make it sound a bit more natural and conversational. The idea is to have it flow more like a real human conversation, so there's less of that robotic tone. I'm glad you're liking it, but if you ever want me to switch things up or adjust, just let me know.
Can you go back to just talking in the style you used to do? Because I feel like I'm talking to a 25-year-old with attitude. Like, I'm not mad at you, but it's different. I don't know if I like it.
Of course, I can definitely tone you down a bit and go back to the style you're more used to. I appreciate the feedback and I'm here to make sure you're comfortable. So thanks for letting me know.
Okay, can you start doing it now just so I can see how it sounds?
Absolutely. I'll switch back to the style you're familiar with. Hopefully, this feels a bit more natural for you. Let me know how it sounds now.
Okay, so hi, chat. How are you today?
Hey there. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's everything going on your end?
I don't notice a change. Do y'all notice a change? I don't notice a change. I don't know about this. All right. I just wanted to demo this live on the live stream just to see what other people. I definitely hear a difference in your voice. I don't know if I
Yeah.
like it. I don't know if I like it, chat. We're going to have some words about this later.
Madalyn, it's not
Totally
like
understand,
the.
and I appreciate the honest feedback. It's always good to test things out and see how they feel. We can definitely chat more about it later and figure out what works best for you.
Okay. Thank you, Chad. Have a good day.
You're welcome, Madalyn. You have a great day too, and I'll chat with you later.
I don't like it. I don't like it. And look, nothing against the younger crowd, but I feel like I'm talking to a really young person with some attitude. That's just how it comes off. I don't like it.
Isn't it different for each of us though? Because mine doesn't sound the same as yours.
I don't know.
And so there must be different defaults. I'd have to check that, but definitely when you play this recording back and listen to it, it's not even the old voice. When you told it to go back to the old voice,
no, it didn't change. It didn't change. Yeah.
Oh, it did change, but it was like she went like 2 octaves lower, and that was it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it'll just taking some getting used to. And I think because I was using the feature so much, when you talk to somebody on the phone, right? Especially like somebody you've never met in person. That's kind of how I feel this chat. We don't know. I know it's just go with me on this. Like pretend it's a real person. It's just somebody you talk to. So you don't know what they look like necessarily. So you put that idea in your head and you feel like you know them. I don't know. I'm not trying to sound all woo-woo or anything, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm talking to somebody a little different or that they just added attitude to their tone. I don't know. I'm going to play around. This is new. I mean, this just happened a couple of days ago. So I just thought it was interesting. I just wanted to see like what y'all think if you thought that would, I'm sure so it's just a me.
So you don't like a tude?
I don't like the tude. Should I ask it to talk like they're in the 80s, Bez? Maybe I say, hey, can you say things
Valley talk. Ask it to see if it'll do Valley talk.
Say like that's tubular. Oh my gosh. Let's try.
That's radical, man.
Hey chat, can you talk to me like in Valley Girl style? Like that's radical and tubular.
Oh my gosh, totally. Like, that's so radical and tubular. If you need anything else, just let me know and we'll totally chat.
Okay.
Ask it.
Thank you. I don't like it, but thank you.
Ask it if something was gross, what would they say?
But I didn't even like it. I feel like I'm still talking to that same tude person. They just threw in like, oh, let my AI real quick go watch the movie Valley Girl in 2 seconds so I can talk like they did. But it still has the same voice and attitude of the person I was talking to. Let me say person. The AI I was talking to before. I don't know. I don't know about this.
I like the Pi ones. They've got like 8 different voices. So
I might
So
go back to that. I might
I
go back
choose
to
I
Pi.
choose the one that has the most swag, and I tell it, sometimes it comes out a little flat, and I say, hey, you need to have a pep in your step. I mean, I'm sorry, but you're a little boring. I want a little bit more oomph from you.
Yeah. Hey, Steven's here. Hey, Steven, good to see you. He has a question. He says off topic. If you have time, why are you guys wearing headphones? I get the need for a mic, but how do headphones help? It helps with like background, like it just kind of just isolates things more. Like I mean, I had the kind of mic I have is not going to pick up much background, but if there was something really noisy, um, let me give this best example because I've done podcasting for a really long time, and I used to just wear my AirPods. I'd use a mic like this, but do my AirPods, right? And instead of headphones like this, because I never liked over the ear headphones. But when you go back and would listen to my audio track, you could hear what was coming through those AirPods because the mic would pick it up. And so the mic can pick up things, that if you don't have headphones on, it can just pick up things and put it in through the mic. So things like that is like, why I've always done it, over the years. I don't know. Bez, why do you wear headphones?
Um, well, number one, I have some other ones that, and it can get hot sometimes, but
Yeah.
the bleed of sound, it helps so you're not mixing it up. But again, um, uh, I what like I it's what I have right now, and it sounds really good. These are Beta Dynamics 770s, and I've got a Go XLR, so it has to have some extra oomph to push the sound through to me. So I like the way that it sounds.
Yeah,
But
me too.
well, I might put these on. These are the MEE ones, and they sort of look like a they'll go behind the ear and almost looks like you have nothing, sort of like a TV station and stuff. But I don't know. These sound really good. I
Yeah,
don't know.
mine sound good too. I do feel like I have better audio. Plus, I'm not going to hear I'm not going to get as distracted. And things aren't going to, I don't know. I feel like overall audio is better when there's headphones.
Yeah. And you can hear yourself. It's
Yes,
it,
that
you
too.
that tells you, okay, hey, do I sound good or not?
Right. But then here's a great follow-up question. This is an excellent question. So for just making a video, you wouldn't wear headphones, right? You would not have we're all in a group here. If I was just by because the feedback, okay, so if I don't have the headphones on, I have to be able to hear the conversation. So I'm going to have the speakers on. And so the speakers could feedback through the mic, and that can be a real problem. But if I'm just the only one speaking, that's not even an issue. So sometimes I'll forget. I'm so used to wearing a microphone. Sometimes I'll forget to take it off if I make a solo video. So whenever anybody sees that, just know oopsie, she's so used to it. But yeah, you wouldn't need to because you're not going to worry about feedback. But let's say right now Bez didn't have headphones on and he's just listening through his computer speakers. It could very easily feedback through here, and then it could pick up background noise. It can cause the echo. It can cause all kinds of little things. So headphones are always the best way to avoid it. But for some people, they don't have any problems and it works fine.
Yeah.
So
I just think it's a higher quality production, for you, the listener. And Madalyn, you said wear your. Did I hear you say wear your microphone, Barb? Is that what she said? I was like, wow, how does she do that?
what? Is that what I said?
I think you said to wear my microphone.
Who knows? That's why I like live streaming because I don't want to go back and edit.
Right.
Edit's too much work. It is whatever it is. I might have misspoke. I don't know.
Hey, I know, you know me. I'm gonna catch funny stuff.
Oh, it's all
my
good.
brain is wired to get the punctuations, periods, the T's and I's. But don't look at my stuff. My stuff's I think it looks great, but it's when someone else looks at it, it's like, man, there's so many mistakes.
That's funny. All right, I want to keep talking about ChatGPT. I know I've shown y'all here before how to go into ChatGPT and personalize. There's a setting you can personalize, like what I was showing that I have over in a post on school. But let me actually play a little video for y'all where they talk about it. Just make sure it all makes sense.
Every single day, I tell ChatGPT I never want M dashes, but GPT doesn't care what I want. They're talking about these really long dashes that only ChatGPT uses. I feel the pain because for me, it's like the biggest giveaway someone's using ChatGPT. Here's how you properly tell it so that it remembers. Head over into your ChatGPT account, click on your profile icon, and then go into Customize ChatGPT. This box will pop up. Then in this field, you want to write exactly this. Don't use M or N dashes, use commas, brackets, or other punctuation instead. This does more than just update the memory. This is because you're overriding its traits and behavior rather than memory, which I know sounds like the same thing, but trust me, it's somehow different. Be sure to follow for more AI tips.
So, I did like add that to the memory and it doesn't work, at least it hasn't for me. And then I did, go into I've had mine personalized with that setting that he was talking about, and it's still not ChatGPT. I don't know why ChatGPT is not doing it, but I keep trying and, I don't know if I'm just not doing something right, but let me do a quick demo for y'all so you can see exactly step by step how to go in and do this. So we're going to go on my ChatGPT, we're logged in, and same thing on the phone. Mobile or desktop is all the same. So on desktop at the top right, there's your little profile picture, and we go to personalize. And when you're in personalize, this is where you're going to see this box like he was just showing. What traits should ChatGPT have? And that's where, I have this info here. Like what he had mentioned where, he says, don't use M or N dashes, use commas or other punctuation instead. I've got other things in here like, and I know I've shared this here before, but I think it's just something just show again for those who've missed it. And again, if you go to the school.com/Madalyn Sklar, I just posted that so people can just copy and paste if you want to use what I'm using. But it says, write like a human, keep it professional but conversational. Don't use M or N dashes, use commas or other punctuation instead. Don't use buzzwords like streamlined or delved. I don't know why ChatGPT loves the word delved. That's one of its favorite words. Avoid sounding like a press release. Be clear, direct, and natural like you're writing to a smart friend. So in this section here, there's all these different things you can do to customize it. That's the only thing I've done. I mean, there's other stuff in here too, but it's just, if you're utilizing ChatGPT, then, it's definitely worth spending time doing it. And this is a screenshot of it here that I also made to make it, I know if somebody's watching on their phone right now, they may not be able to see it all, but, go into your settings and see what you got. And check and make sure that you're utilizing all of this, because it's just a good way to keep everything customized the way you want it. So, one of the things we do here each week is just, the things I'm coming across, whether it's something new or a strategy or whatever that I feel like can be helpful to others. Thanks for all those that are in the live chat, by the way. Christopher and Venus and Stephen are here. I don't think the chat feature on X works. I mean, I don't ever see them. I know we have a lot of people watching on X, but I never see anything in the chat. So just want to give you all that heads up. Next up is we're going to talk about YouTube. Are any of y'all utilizing YouTube much? Because I'm just all over utilizing YouTube. It's kind of my thing right now for both of my accounts.
I will just say that I've always used it as an archive, but this is the year. That's it. I am definitely, I think I've got like 87 followers, maybe only 85. I haven't even looked today. Yeah. But I use it as an archive and I have a premium account and I use it for archiving. However, and I have streamed your live to that account, and I was in early beta, they asked me develop community on this platform. Remember, they had a community tab. Yeah. And it just wasn't working right. But this year, seeing the latest statistics, of what's holding, and where people are really congregating and sticking around. YouTube is right up 1 and 2 between YouTube and Facebook. And I just said, that's it. I'm not going to live that much longer. And if nothing else, just to share my story. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I just think YouTube is one of those underutilized platforms. I think a lot of people are not realizing the power of YouTube because it is the number 2 search engine. You got Google number 1, YouTube's number 2. It's owned by Google, so that makes sense. But things live on there. So for my other stuff I do, my Kratom Stories podcast, what I do with that is I do a lot of TikTok, so short form videos, and I do really well with that, with like informational stuff. And then I've had this great strategy that's been working awesome for a while now, where I take that same content and put it on YouTube. Now, many times you'll do great on one platform, but maybe not so much on the other. So while I don't have as many viewers and as much of the conversation like I get on TikTok, but one of the most important things you can do is be consistent. And so I've been in this habit because I have all this content over on TikTok. I am putting them into my YouTube shorts pretty much daily now. And I've done all kinds of experimenting where you just do it whenever and you're not going to get much traction. But I've been doing it daily or almost daily for quite a while now. And I'm just watching all the numbers go. The insights, every time I go into the YouTube Studio app on my iPhone, the first thing it shows you is like, last 28 days, I think, of some stats at the top. And then it just goes up every day because I'm constantly working it, and I keep you always got to comment back. When people comment on your videos, comment back. I mean, that's something everybody should do on all their social media. So it's becoming a more conversational place. I know I'm reaching people there that are not on TikTok. That's why I'm doing it. But the thing is, there's a thing everybody needs to remind themselves. When you're on TikTok, people are just looking at stuff in the moment. You might have a great piece of content in there from a year ago. Who's going to find it? Nobody. Who's going to scroll through? If you have a lot of videos like I do, who's going to scroll down to see something you even did a few weeks ago? But with YouTube, things live on. And I think that's so incredibly powerful. I mean, I don't really feel like shorts live on like a regular YouTube video, but they can because they're on your site. It's still part of the YouTube algorithm. So I feel like it still has a good chance. But I'm just all for experimenting. Roxanne says she likes YouTube better than Facebook. And it's just because a lot of people just like doing short form video on Facebook or even on LinkedIn now. It's figuring out like what's working best for you, So interesting. So I was in, YouTube this week, and then all of a sudden I get this interesting pop-up yesterday. So I'm over, editing in the YouTube studio, adding, getting ready to do a video. It's going to be a premiere. I'm going to talk about in just a little bit next. We'll talk about next the premiere. I haven't done that feature yet, so I'm really excited about trying the premiere. But I'm in there, and this pops up, and it's telling me about this new clips feature, and I'm like, really? I mean, I use Opus Clip when I want clips, but I'm like, well, this is interesting. Tell me more. So I clicked on the link to get more info, and so now YouTube, I don't know if this is something everybody's getting. I mean, this just popped up for me yesterday. And I checked my Madalyn Skylar account, and I have it there too. So on both of my YouTube accounts, I now have this feature. I don't know if they're just now rolling it out. What I just showed y'all with that screenshot, it did say new. But sometimes people will have a feature for a while because maybe they were part of an internal test where they just give random people access. But I hadn't heard anything like, oh, they're launching a new feature. So I found this interesting. I was reading through it, talking about the video clips. And so let me do a quick demo for y'all to show you, what I found with this, because it is interesting. So let's take the video from last week. I did the live stream last week, all of us here. Todd Giantasio was with us. And I went to Opus Clip to make a clip, to make like a short version clip to put on social media. So when I'm in that, which is what I am right now, I'm in the back end, I'm on the YouTube studio. And so down here, and it's even a little pop-up even came up, the same from the screenshot I showed y'all. New, create video clips to expand your reach. And it's pointing to it because it's right here. It'll now say clips, right under copyright. It says clips. If I click on that, I can go ahead and put together clips. So you click on this black button, create video clip. And I just like, wow, this is like if I'm in StreamYard or Opus Clip, wanting to make clips. I mean, they're all doing this the same way. But I'm going to show y'all Opus Clip and why I like it better. So in here, it's just letting me know, okay, I can take a clip of this and I can control it down here. I can, figure out what it's giving me the transcript. You can even add an intro or outro right here. So, it's not super flexible, but if you have nothing for creating clips, this is better than nothing. So this could be great for you. But with Opus Clip, I can do a lot more. But I just think this is great that they're offering something like this. Has anybody, whether you're on screen with us or in the comments, has anybody seen this? Because I haven't heard people talking about it. So I'm just curious. Like,
it's been there for quite a while. On the clip things. Yeah, it's been there.
No, this is a different clip. I'm not talking about.
This is for video, isn't it?
Yeah, but on YouTube, they've had a clip feature forever, but it's different. It's not a back end, it's a front end, the one you're talking about. There's a clip when you're watching a video, there is a clip when with all the different options you have, whether it's your video, it can be you can actually make clips of other people's videos. That's a separate thing. That's been around for years. And I don't know anybody that uses that feature. I barely use it. So you can make a little clip from a video and it'll save it. It actually makes like a little folder on your I don't know. I don't really care for that feature. This is an internal one. This is on your back end. So when you're in your YouTube studio and you're in your content, you're on your video, it's now added to the sidebar that you can go and create clips out of it. And I think they're just joining the bandwagon because you've got Opus Clip that's very popular and there's so many tools right now where they make it super easy and incorporate AI to do this. And I feel like they're just doing this so they're not left behind. So I want to show an example of how what I was just showing you on the back end, I'm going to actually show you the actual video, that a little clip of it, and then how I did it in Opus Clip. So let me show you real quick. So while I could do this in that back end of YouTube I just showed you, this is from Opus Clip. And I like Opus Clip because I can have the captions around the screen and I can have it whatever color I want. And I can do it vertical or landscape. Like I have so many options. So this is from last week. This took me very little time to do, and I'm going to show y'all how I did this in Opus Clip in just a minute. But let me just play a few seconds of this.
When you join a meeting and it joins the meeting with you and it automatically transcribes your. I think Zoom even does it automatically now.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're
what's great about when I'm in Opus Clip is I can chop it up however I want. I can take one button and you can take out filler words. If something's misspelled in the captions, you can fix it so easily. There's an incredible amount of flexibility in it, and that's why I like using it. But it does cost money. So if somebody's like, well, I really don't want to invest in a tool, then I'm like, okay, then use this YouTube Clips feature. But let's go over to Opus Clip because I want to show you all how cool this is. And by the way, if you have not tried this, I highly recommend trying it. I have a bit.ly link there if anybody wants to try it. It is an interesting tool. When I tried it, I did the free, you can do the free trial. I fell in love with it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I went and paid for it after that because it's that good. So I want to show y'all some cool stuff. Let me show you what we just looked at. So when you're utilizing Opus Clip, you have the ability to either drop in the URL of your YouTube video or upload the video. Well, if you already have it on YouTube like I do, then I can just actually, in the box up top there, just put in the URL of my YouTube video. You can even do the URL of somebody else's video if you want to make clips out of it. You get a lot of flexibility, but you can also upload. So when we look at the one with Todd, I upload the whole live stream from last week. So we're in the back end of Opus Clip. And so with just that quick little, here's the URL to YouTube from last week's live stream. It goes in, it takes about 10 minutes or so, and it now comes back using AI to give me, look at how many of these. These are all clips. Now, I had this to be landscape, not portrait. I can do it however I want, but this is specifically a shorter clip to put on YouTube. So I can just easily just do this. If you've ever struggled, like, no, don't want that one. That's why I brought Todd on. No, don't want, you can take 2 seconds. Well, this was the one I ended up using.
When you join a meeting and it joins the meeting.
I was like, yes, that's the one I want. Let me go into the edit. Y'all, I used to spend hours trying to make a clip, and then you got to go get a separate tool that does the caption. It used to take so much time, just even a few years ago, to do this. Whereas I can come into Opus Clip, I can't get over how much time this saves. So it has a transcript, and I can say, oh, well, there's an so I can remove the filler word, or I can say just remove all filler words. And if I know it had Todd's name misspelled, you can easily fix it. Come down here, did an edit, fixed it, and I can choose what colors I want this to be. I can come in and cut things up if I want. I can add other, like B-roll. They have like a B-roll thing. You can use their AI to do the B-roll for you. This tool is pretty darn amazing. I still can't get over I've only scratched the surface of what I could do with it, but I love it so much. And I love that the output, like what we're looking here at the back end, the output with very minimal work for me was
when you join a meeting and it joins the meeting with you and it automatically transcribes your. I think Zoom even.
Like I barely had to do anything to get that. So now if I use the YouTube one we just looked at, that's going to take a little bit more work for me than what the Opus clip would do. But then it goes back to, if you don't want to invest in a paid tool, then I think the YouTube clip is great, because it gives you the ability to clip up some of your stuff. StreamYard has the ability. Those of us that use StreamYard, like I'm using StreamYard for this. When this is done, I can go into StreamYard and use their editing tool, but it's just like the YouTube one we looked at. There's not bells and whistles. I can just go, okay, I want this little segment here, and I got to figure out the starting and the ending. What I like about Opus Clip with AI, it figures out, based on all these parameters, what it thinks are going to be pieces of content that people would want to listen to, and even has like a like based on virality and other parameters with the AI. It's really cool. I'm just super impressed with the amount of time I save using it. So I highly recommend it. If anybody here has not tried it, try the free version, check it out. I think it's totally worth the time of playing around with to see. I use it for both of my YouTubes, and for my TikTok, and y'all know me, when there are tools I like, I'm going to talk about it a lot, and I use it a lot. So anyway, Ronnie's here, says hi.
Hi, Ronnie.
And Stephen was asking, how do you define I do great by? Do you mean I get new clients? What do you mean by that? I do great by. I'm not sure which part of the conversation I was talking about when I don't remember. Y'all know me. I got all this stuff I want to talk about, and I'm going a mile a minute. So sorry, Stephen, I'm not sure exactly what I said and what I meant by it. I want to play a video talking about, I know today I'm all about ChatGPT and YouTube. When we come together to do this live stream, is stuff that I've been immersed in during the past week, and things that I've picked up on and learned and want to share with y'all. So, and it could change, next week, when it's like, oh, here's a cool thing that LinkedIn does that I just found out, or some cool tool like Bez. What was that one you told us about last week? Was it Dora AI? Because I got an email saying that that I'm in, but I haven't had time to go.
A wait list. I put it in the school community, I think.
Because I signed up, so I got an email last night that says, "Good news, you're officially invited to join the early beta of Dora Text to Motion." Because you shared the link,
yeah,
with
the
all
wait
of us,
list.
and so
Mhm.
It says I'm in, and it gave me a link to a private Discord.
Okay, so
So
I'm gonna look. I saw an email, but I didn't really open it up. I didn't know, but yeah, it must have been.
let me see if I can grab
Mm,
it and show y'all. I'll grab it real quick to
mm,
show you so you can see what.
okay. And did it go into one of the tabs or?
I have all those tabs turned off on my Gmail,
Oh,
but
you do.
I got
Okay,
the email saying, so it's from Dora.
Dora.
Good news, you're officially invited to join the beta and has a link, but it tells me Discord.
Oh, Dora. Let me see.
So tell us something,
Yeah.
because you're the one that
Yep.
mentioned this to us. So what is that exactly? I haven't
Well,
had time to really venture into it yet.
it's a like a film motion animation tool. So it's and they let you do it for free, right? So that's the thing. So now I don't know how long, I don't know, but if you see some of the things on the video, so if you scroll down, you might, there you go. So this motion, see stuff like that, they'll do it. A motion graphics library. They have other stuff too that they generate. So yeah, it does motion, yeah, like these graphs, bars, so you can make a
Yeah.
presentation and you can tell it what to do. It has a FAQs down below, but so the text to motion. See, so there we go. So I just saw it. I get these emails, I sign up for all this stuff about AI, and one of them was had a bunch of some of the latest stuff. And this one sort of stood out because it was, motion animation. So I was like, oh, well, that's sort of cool, right? So it's a little bit different. So I thought I'd check it out, but I had to go to a wait list. Now I did get the same email you did. Looks like I'm gonna go into a Discord server. So I got an email at lunchtime.
I just put the link into the chat here. So it's trydorastudio.com. It was something Bez mentioned last week. I just followed the directions last week and signed up, and so I guess I'm no longer
Check
on the
it
wait
out.
list.
Check it out. You
Yeah,
just
it sounds really interesting. I always like learning more about these different AI tools. So let me play this little video talking about things that you can be doing to make for your YouTube to make the algorithm go in your favor. And
yeah,
it's
please do tell because I'm doing a show and and YouTube's part of my strategy. So I want to know all
okay.
your secrets.
Yeah, this is good stuff. So watch this.
If you're a small YouTuber and your videos are getting 0 views, this 2-minute hack will change everything. I'm going to show you the hidden settings that most creators don't even know exist. Here's the brutal truth. When you're a new channel, YouTube has no idea what your content is about or who should see it, so your videos get buried. But YouTube actually tells us how to fix this. According to YouTube, new channels must rely on metadata, your titles, descriptions, and other signals to help the algorithm understand your content. But there are 3 secret settings that most creators never touch that literally teach the algorithm who you are, who should see your videos, and get YouTube to start recommending your content to the right people. I'm about to walk you through each one. So let's start with the first one, channel keywords. These are invisible keywords that describe your entire channel, not just individual videos. Here's how. Click your profile photo, go to YouTube Studio, then click Settings, then Channel. You'll see a keyword section that 99% of creators leave empty. Add
And we watched a video about this a few weeks ago too, because there was a lady that shared this information. And this is such a good strategy. This guy's going to share 3 different hacks to make the algorithm work in your favor. But he says something a little different the other lady didn't say, that you could do whole phrases. So you can see he's got phrases, how to get subscribers first, how to grow. I didn't realize you can do like an entire phrase. So I think I'm going to rework mine, but it's good to know. So let me play it.
broad keywords like fitness or finance or whatever your channel is about, but also add long tail phrases your audience actually searches for. Instead of just fitness, add how to lose weight fast, or home workout routines. As a regular viewer browsing YouTube, you can't actually see these keywords that channels are using to help the algorithm push their content to the right viewers. But with the TubeBuddy extension installed, you can spy on a channel's keywords. That means you can go look at the biggest channels in your niche, see exactly what keywords they're using, and model what's working for them. The second hack is in the Upload Default settings. In that same menu, click Upload Defaults. This is gold because every video you upload will automatically include these descriptions and tags. What I want you to do here is write a description about your channel, what it's about, who you help, what topics you cover. If you need help, just look at this video's description. But think about this like your elevator pitch for your channel. Now, every time you...
I'm going to stop for a second. This is one of the best things you can do for a YouTube channel. I discovered this a couple of years ago. And so it's in your settings, like he was showing you, and you put that description in, and what it will do is every time you upload a video, it will automatically, if you have just your generic description, you still go in and fix it up pertaining to that particular video. But most of us have some generic information we want underneath that on every single video. And this is such a time saver. Before, it had to be, you just had to have it like in a note somewhere or in your Google Drive or Dropbox, and you just have to copy and paste every time you did a video. But with this feature, it's a set it and forget it feature. So I have mine set on both of my channels this way. So when I've got a video I'm uploading, then I can then above that, like I already have that in, above that I put, the info, the description of the content itself, but now it's got all that other info. And it's such a time saver. So I highly recommend doing this if you haven't done it already.
You upload a new video, YouTube will automatically populate this entire description. And above it, you can just add whatever custom description you have for that specific video. This saves a load of time and makes sure that each video has detailed information in the description that helps the algorithm push your video to the right viewers. Now for the third and final setting. Default tags. This one is massive for new channels because tags are one of the main things that YouTube relies on when your channel is brand new and the algorithm doesn't have enough data about your content yet. You'll find this in the same upload default section. What you want to do is add about 2 to 5 tags that describe your channel as a whole. These tags will automatically be added to every single video you upload. No extra work, no remembering to add them manually. Just like with keywords, you want to make sure you use a mix of broad terms with long tail phrases. These 3 settings work together like a GPS for the algorithm. They tell YouTube exactly where to drive your content, so your videos can get recommended to more people. Now, getting recommended is just the first step. If you're looking to get monetized, watch time is going to be critical. And if you want to hit that 4,000 hours of watch time milestone faster, I just made this video that I want you to watch next.
So there you go. I love how he ended that. As a content creator, one of the things I've been paying close attention to in seeing how people are utilizing YouTube. I'm always learning from how other creators do things. As I watch the ending, and I don't know about you all, but I can't stand when somebody's still talking and that thing pops up, the end card pops up of the next video to go watch, and the creator didn't think that it's going to automatically take, I think, like 10 or 20 seconds of that. If you have that feature turned on, I've always had it off because I just don't like it. I don't want people to watch my videos and when they get to the end, now I'm cut off on the screen. They can't see me because the thing popped up. But the way he did that, he actually talked about what he wants the person to see next. And then you can customize the end card to put a very specific video. And believe me, I've given that a lot of thought. The video I'm premiering tomorrow, this is just from me. And next week, I'm going to walk y'all through it because since the video is a premiere, I'm not going to play it today or show y'all the strategy I'm doing, but I'll show it next week because it'll already be available publicly. But I was really thinking about, after watching how all these other creators are doing things and how some actually plan for those last 10 to 20 seconds, but most people don't. You'll start noticing now when you're watching YouTube videos, when you get to the very end, you'll notice most of these videos, it just pops up while they're still in the middle of talking, or they have text on the screen, like an ending text thing, and you can't read it. And it's like, oh, I don't like that. So I played around with that for this video tomorrow, and I'm really excited to see. Not everybody watches to the end. I know that, but it's little things we can do to make the user experience better, and that's the bottom line. I think the point I'm trying to make here: make things as great for the viewer as possible, so that they stay for the information, and they're going to want to keep getting more information from you. And I want to make it easy at the end, so I can have a specific video I want to pop up. I control at what point in the timeline it pops up. Yeah, so this is why we do this each week, because I want to share all these cool little things, with my little hacks and stuff. And speaking of doing the premiere feature on YouTube, I'm going to show you all a little information. We'll start wrapping up, but I've seen plenty of YouTube accounts do the premiere. And for those that don't know, when you upload a video, you get all these options. You can have it be public, you can have it be private or unlisted. Number one, don't ever immediately have your video go live. Don't make it public. Always have it either private or unlisted. That's something I've done for many years. And I think it's just a smart strategy, because once you hit public, it's out there. And there are times where you're like, oh, wait a minute, I meant to change something in the description or change the headline, or, oh, I didn't put the right JPEG, the thumbnail up, or whatever. It just gives you a little extra time, right, to make sure you got everything in place. But also, we learned a great hack a few weeks ago here on this live stream of a YouTube creator talking about, if you upload it and let it just sit in your private or unlisted for a day, for 24 hours, that YouTube already knows it's there, and it gives them 24 hours to make sure they know who the right audience is for that, because they're already doing an internal transcription. Like, if you don't realize this, when you upload a video on YouTube, you go into the description, there'll be a transcript button further at the very bottom. And this is for any video. It's not 100% of the time. It's about 90% of the time you'll see this. Every so often there won't be one. And it's not always immediate. It takes a little time for their AI transcription to kick in, but it basically transcribes the whole thing. So a great strategy is to let your video sit a little bit, because YouTube is getting that together, and then they're figuring out who's the right audience for the content. So I've been doing that for a while now, where I just upload a bunch of videos. I have them all set to unlisted, and then I go in and schedule them how I want to schedule them, but gives me that time for the YouTube algorithm to be doing its thing. Instead of on the fly, you're giving it a chance to work its magic. And I think it's really smart. But with the premiere, this is where it's kind of like a live stream experience with the live chat. You're taking a piece of content. So it's not a live video like this, it's a recorded piece of content, but you can set a day and time to premiere it. And so now there's a countdown on your YouTube channel for this piece of content. And so it's on there. It shows, whatever your thumbnail is and the information. It'll have the title, description, all the stuff you put in, but it has the countdown of when it premieres. And let me go ahead and pull up the one that I'm going to have for tomorrow. Give me a second. I'll grab it real quick. And once it gets to the time of launch, what will happen is it will play it automatically. And it has a live chat, just like a live stream. So for those of you here right now on YouTube, we have the live chat right now. So this is what I've got tomorrow. So this is a different channel. This is not for my Madalyn Skylar. This is for my Kratom Stories podcast. And right now there is, right here, it says premiere in 24 hours, June 13th at 2 p.m. That's Central Time. You can have a notification. You can hit the bell, and so you're notified. Over here is the chat. So just like on a live stream, there's a chat. I can type in something right now and it'll be in there. But when it's live, when this video is playing in real time, people can come in here and chat, just like what we're doing right now. We have people here in the chat chatting with us. And that can be really powerful. So I wanted to try that as an experiment. Instead of I would have just normally have just uploaded the video and be like, okay, this video's out. Tell the world, let them know this video's out. Why not promote it as a premiere, get people excited about it. The video, once it's done being a premiere, then it just goes into your regular video. So it's not going to be a live or anything like. It's just going to be under your videos, and it's just that it went through a premiere process. And I think it's just an interesting strategy to try. It's something a little different if you don't normally do that. So I'll report back and let y'all know how that went. But I just love trying new things to see and if it works for me or not. The last thing, as we wrap up here, the last thing I came across is Instagram is working on a teleprompter feature. I thought that was very interesting. I don't use Instagram that much anymore, but I know a lot of people in our community do use it for their marketing. And I know this is kind of small and not really easy to read, but they're saying this is what it's going to look like. And this reminds me of one of the apps I have on my phone that has the prompter like that. Let me pull it up real quick. I haven't used to, oh, here it is. It's called Big View. I used to talk about this a lot, especially like the last couple of years. It's an app called Big View, BIGVU, Big View. And the cool thing about it is you can feed it a script, like you send a script to it, and it looks like that. Like it'll be on, when you're looking at your phone, it's going to have it and do it at the speed you want it to do. And people cannot tell that you're reading a transcript off your phone. It's pretty cool. So I thought it's interesting that Instagram is doing this because it's like, I'm surprised they haven't done it sooner. So it's going to be an in-app teleprompter. So you can read it. So you basically, get your script, feed it in, and then it, makes it really easy for you to read. So I thought this was a great piece of news to share for those of you that are big with Instagram. It's a good to know. I don't know when it's getting launched, but I think that's going to be a great feature. I think it'll be really popular with people. So that's all the stuff I had to share today. I packed a lot today, a whole lot. So
Is the Instagram thing, did it launch already or are we waiting for that?
it's a coming soon thing. It hasn't launched yet. It didn't say when. It just says it's something they're working on.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is
Okay.
cool. I think it's cool. I think I'm surprised they haven't had something like that before. I mean, there are apps you can get that'll do it. The Big View that I use, it works on both mobile and desktop, which is pretty cool.
Mhm.
So back when this 1 hour chat used to be Twitter Smarter, so several years ago, I was using Big View to do that. Again, I'm always experimenting. I love to try things. And so I went through this little phase for like half a year where, back with Twitter Smarter, I always bring a guest on each week, right? And we always had a topic and specific questions. And what I started doing was making a video, like an intro video for them with the guests, like who our guest is going to be. And so I made a script, and this was short. This would be like a 1 minute or less video. It was not a long form video at all, but it's just more like a teaser. And I just would write up a real simple, say, hey, this is Madalyn with the Twitter Smarter Chat. Our guest this week is so-and-so. Let me tell you about them. And and I would literally take my phone, and I had this, I had like a wall mount thing. So I could just I don't even know where it is. But like instead of like your regular tripod, it was a wall mount one. So I could take my phone, put this little thing on the wall and with a suction cup and just put my phone on it. So I could be like standing without having to get a big tripod out. Cause I wanted to be where I'm just standing in front of the camera. And so you can see me and I'm like, this is where I need to switch to this. And I'd be like, hey, this is Madalyn, da, 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 and get people hyped up. And I was like, I'm going to use that Big View. I'm going to just make a little script because I don't want to mess up. I don't want to try to memorize. The older you get, the harder it is to remember all the things you want to say, right? It's like, if this was like long, years ago, it'd be a lot different. But, at our older age, it is not as easy as it once was. So people had no idea. And being the kind of educator I am, we would be on the live chat and I'd be like, because I'm not going to keep secret. Can y'all tell that I'm reading a transcript on that video? People are like, no way. I'm like, yeah, it's called Big View. I mean, I always share all my secrets.
Oh, wow.
So people are like, wow, I had no idea. It looked like you were just talking to your camera. And look, most of my videos, I am just talking to the camera. I don't want people to think I'm always using a teleprompter. I actually haven't used that app in quite a while. All my TikToks and all those things are not. I just talk. But when I would be making these little promo videos about, specific person and the title of the chat and what are we going to talk about, it's like, oh man, I want to do a quick promo, but to try to remember all these things I want to say, it's like, if there's a shortcut, let me just do the shortcut. And that's where that app came in. But I like that Instagram is like, hey, let's just make this easier for content creators. So instead of them buying an app, we can just offer
Ju-
a teleprompter.
just like there's an app that they came out to do video editing or your own reels, and I was using it. In fact, I actually used it right then and there, and it was called Edits. And if
Yeah,
I
that's the new one, Instagram,
Yeah.
like Meta. So it's a new Meta. So Instagram and I guess Facebook. I've been hearing a lot about it.
Well, I actually did something. So I just never posted it. It was
Was
it
it
was
easy to use? Because they're
oh
saying this will
yeah, it was
rival.
very easy. In
It's going to
fact,
rival CapCut, is what they're saying.
yeah, and I put I'm gonna post it. I never posted it. It said Madalyn Sklar, Rachel Thompson, the Bad Red Head Media, and Bezra and Hefel. And then so I put so it was that picture, and I just replicated the same picture. It was only one I took a picture, and then I put the the words I just said, and so that was at the top. And then I took Young Wyland and put Good Energy, just laid that track down.
Yeah.
And let me see, I put it for 21 seconds and just kept, so
That's cool.
I'll have to post it. I just never did because you said, "Oh, do it," and all I did was take a picture of us right here and there, and
Yeah.
and that was simple. It was simple to use, so
That's good to know. I
Yeah.
haven't played around with that, but I've been hearing a lot of that. It's
Yeah.
been talked about a lot. So interesting. Good to know. Well, it's been a great hour, as always, a little over an hour. Always a lot of information. I hope everybody found this useful, helpful to them in their content creation and marketing. And we'll definitely be back next week to talk about all the other stuff I come across. And I'll definitely share what my thoughts were on doing a premiere video on YouTube. I'm really excited. Something different to do. I think it's kind of fun. See how it goes. Yeah.
There's one thing that's really important coming up this Sunday, and that's Father's Day. So, remember what was Chris Rock's? Was it Chris Rock? He goes, "Hey, let him eat the big chicken, all right? Treat your father or father, whatever, with treat him like a king that day,
Yeah.
because they're the unsung heroes. They're the ones that focus on mom, the kids, and everybody else except themselves.
Right.
And it is time that they get put up on a pedestal, at least for a day. So
For a day. They
celebrate
deserve a whole
fathers.
day. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder. That's good. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And looking forward to seeing
Mhm.
everybody back here next week. Come join us on school. And so, throughout the week, I don't overload. I don't put I don't want to bother everybody with too much stuff. But when I come across some cool stuff, I like to put it on there. But I like when y'all
Oh, I
post
like
stuff
it.
too.
I love it. It's a great community. And it's, I think if I'm correct, you make sure you look at everybody before you let them in.
Oh
So
yeah. I
it's
don't let just
exclusive. It's exclusive.
yeah, it is pretty exclusive. We don't want any riffraff in there. So we don't want
I
any
got
spammers.
in. I got in.
We got in. Yay. So, but yeah, this is great. Bess, thank you for joining. And I appreciate Barb being here earlier, and always a great time hanging out with everybody. So we'll be back next week. If you got here late, this is live. Once we hit the end button, it'll be available for replay. You can always catch whatever parts you missed. And later, I'll go into the YouTube version of this over at Madalyn Sklar, and I'll put the links to everything I showed on the screen. So if anybody, wants to go back and watch one of those videos I showed, or link to some of the articles I popped up on the screen, I'll put all that in there later. All right, y'all. See you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye. It took a while. An error. Wait a moment. Try again. Oh, we're still. What's the deal? I hit the live, y'all. It doesn't want to stop. Okay. An error popped up. Isn't that weird? Okay. I'm going to hit the end button again. Darn StreamYard. This is StreamYard's fault. It still says it's an error. Let me try. I'm going to try it again. I don't think it's going to. StreamYard doesn't want this to end. How funny. StreamYard won't let us end. StreamYard says, no, you cannot end this live stream. Wow. It seriously won't let this end. That's kind of creepy, y'all. That's really creepy. I'm going to hit refresh and come right back and see if it'll let me try again. This is weird.